Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? The North Father is here. Happy birthday to me. Make this little quick video. I had a great weekend. Let's get to 50 Cent and Fat Joe. We can call Fat Joe many things: a bully, a troublemaker. You can even call him a racist of some sort. You know what I mean? Even though we from almost the same tribes, we've everybody we all from them tribes. You know what I'm saying? His tribe is his tribe, and everybody else's tribe is theirs. I mean, call him many things, but a killer, I'm not gonna call him that. Fat Joe, I'm gonna give you this one. I'm not gonna call you that. Now, back in 2006 and 2007, whatever, him and 50 was beefing. He probably wanted to get at 50. He probably wanted to put hands on 50. You know what I'm saying? But we never really heard of Fat Joe putting out hits on people like 50 and stuff like that. But by him making enemies, running his mouth, enemies within his own camp. Some of his guys don't eat with him anymore, so they can become disgruntled, whatever, whatever. They're gonna talk and they're gonna say things. So if 50 Cent, excuse me, if Fat Joe says, I hope 50 Cent fall off a cliff, people are gonna say that. You know what I mean? It was within their walls. I wasn't a fly on the wall. I'm not gonna accuse Fat Joe of putting a hit out on 50. And I like to give 50 a big shout out. There was a tweet I seen to him talking about these are baseless claims, and it really has no merit to it. It's just people, you know what I'm saying? This is my understanding of what he said. These are just people who was with him is no longer with him, perhaps, and they feel away because they're not eating with him anymore, and they say things. But I will say this: whatever Fat Joe say or said, you know, the feds might open up a book on him. Listen, let's just check Fat Joe out. All they gotta do is go to YouTube and listen to all the rumors. And YouTube is the modern day newspaper to the highest degree. We don't have to wait to the next Source magazine. We don't have to wait to the Daily News tomorrow. All you gotta do is click right on YouTube and you can see a bunch of stuff that pertains to a bunch of people that you want to know about. And Fat Joe is one of them right now. You know what I'm saying? So there might be people coming forward. Listen, he did this, he did that. It might be people willing to talk behind the scenes to the feds. Right now, the feds probably don't have nothing on them, but they could build up rumors and accusations. You know what I'm saying? And in some people's minds, some of their truths. They can hear stories, and it's like a puzzle. They put it together slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? To the main pieces start fitting. You start seeing a clear picture. Like, yo, this dude, yo, there's no recordings of Fat Joe. I could say Fat Joe pushed somebody down in the street because they bumped into him. There's no merit to it. When did Fat Joe push somebody? I mean, we know he probably put hands on people in his lifetime. I mean, allegedly, I wasn't there, but putting out a hit, you know what I'm saying? That's something that we never heard from Fat Joe before. Maybe a few people did, but it wasn't me. So I'm not gonna sit here and accuse him of something that really has no merit. It's just a bunch of people saying things. But what I will say is, by him upsetting a lot of people, creating enemies, you know what I'm saying? Even some of his rants he made about what's that young lady, Little Mo and them, and calling them dusty bees and all of that at the Ja Rule's verses, calling the girls dusty biatches and all that there. You know what I'm saying? People feel like it has a racial tone to it. You know what I'm saying? And he's a stubborn old OG. He's an OG. He's a stubborn one. He's not going to back down from what he say. And I do believe if, you know what I'm saying, for some people, if he want to get at you, he'll send his terror squad niggas or whoever he got to scout you out, catch you walking the street, probably beat the heck out of you. I mean, I think he's capable of that. I'll say that. I said, I think, allegedly, he's capable of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's Fat Joe. But putting out a hit on somebody, You know what I'm saying? That's within the ears of the people who heard him say it, and that's trying to translate it into light now and put it all on the YouTube streets. It could be a smudge campaign. It could be a blackmail plot. But if there's no recordings, if somebody got a recording, listen, we got you recorded saying that you doing this and that. We got you on video saying you did this, this and that. They'll turn that over to the feds, and the feds do their due diligence on how they're going to deal with Fat Joe. But until there's more concrete proof, I'm not going to go out here and say that he tried to put a hit out on 50 Cent. And like I said, big shout out, big time shout out to 50 Cent for even not feeding into that. Because 50 know so many people wanted his head, you know what I'm saying? Like line up, you know what I'm saying? Give me some names. Some names he knows, some names he probably don't know. But he knows some people wanted to get at him. They ain't nothing new. People want to get at people every day in the hood, B. They target people one way or the other every day in the hood, B. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna give Fat Joe the dissatisfaction as anointing him as a hitman who should be arrested. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? The people that know more about it, y'all do y'all homework if y'all have to with the feds, y'all snitch, whatever y'all. That's what y'all got. I'll be here waiting for it, and I'll do a story on it. But until then, shout out to 50 Cent, even shout out to Fat Joe, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I do feel like he tried to light a fire with the blacks and the Latinos. Shout out to all the Latinos. Shout out to Cuban Links. Shout out to the Terror Squad. Fat Joe issue with the blacks is Fat Joe issue with the blacks. You know what I'm saying? If he got a problem, let him come outside. Let him deal with it. But all in all, while he fighting with the black people, that's a distraction to him because some other people want to get at him on some worse allegations. They want to blindside him with that. So he's not in a win-win situation when it comes down to that. It's his credibility. It's a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That could discredit him, his greatness as a rapper, because he is a great rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to him. I ain't got no problems with him. But that killer stuff, I'm not ready to feed into that. Maybe being a bully, this, that, and third, talking a lot of junk. Okay, we know that. He knows that. But until then, this is the Nard. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell me what you think, man. I mean, he probably did want 50 Cent to fall off a cliff. They didn't like each other. But they seem cool to me now. And to me, that's the way it should be. They went through their battles, they went through their back and forths, their beefs. You know what I'm saying? They celebrate together. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get money, they make something out themselves, they celebrate together, and that's the way it should be. And the Nard Father is out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace.